The first fight on the main card is Nate, the Train Landwehr, versus Cub, the Killer Swanson. And Nate fights like every round is a bar fight. He is the Train for a reason. And I think that pace is going to catch up to the above 40-year-old Cub Swanson. In his last fight, he has not fought in a year. Cub is still very slick and dangerous, but he seems like one of those guys, kind of like Bobby Green almost, where he doesn't realize how washed he really is. And I think there's a point where the durability is going to meet a guy like Nate who's not going to slow down. And this feels like the fight where Nate's going to drag him into chaos, and we're going to be watching Cub's last loss in the UFC. And then Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Dom Reyes, the man who beat John Jones. But if that version of him is back, who knows? It could be the 4-fight losing streak Reyes. And he's going up against the Captain Caveman Johnny Walker, who is wild, unorthodox, chaotic in the octagon, but it somehow works unless he gets clipped, knocked out cold. And Reyes does have that power. When Reyes is on it, he is on it. And he made a easy mistake against Ulberg last fight that he would have had the title shot now, but I think Reyes is still very, very good and knows how to win this fight. And I think he's going to fight much more disciplined and knock out Johnny Walker early. And now we got Curtis Blades versus Josh Hockett, brother. And Josh Hockett is not going to get knocked out 1 time, 2 times, 3 times in a Bloody Mary. Curtis Blades is about to walk in there. He doesn't care about gimmicks. He doesn't care about K-Fabi. Hockett has that gimmicky WW energy, which I do love, I can't lie. I don't care if it's cringe. If you do any sort of excitement to the octagon, I support it. But this is going to be a bit like Hulk Hogan getting like a sweet chin music to the face. Reality's going to hit him. Blades is not playing along to that gimmick. I think he's honestly going to be pissed off about it. I think he's going to go as hard as he can and try and knock out Hockett. And this is a massive leap up for the unranked Hockett. And it shows the levels at heavyweight. If you win 2 fights, that's it. You get a top 5 fight, which is no other division is like that. But either way, Blades is pretty good. And I think he'll show the levels there and knock out Hockett. And now we have Azamat Murzakanov versus Paulo Secret Juice Costa. And Murzakanov is an absolute beast. He likes damage. He likes hurting people. And that's a problem for Paulo Costa. It would be an oxymoron to describe Paulo Costa anyway similar. He likes to spar in there. He does not have that same energy. People forget that Costa used to be like a machine. It was like Yoel Romero, how they fought. Like, they were athletic freaks. And now he kind of spars. He likes to joke around. I haven't seen this guy try in a few fights now. He did win last fight, but that was a glorified sparring match as well. And I think Murzakanov really wants this. He's undefeated for a reason. I think he's going to show up and go as hard as he can, gas out Costa, and I think Costa's going to get a lazy TKO finish. He's just going to give up on the cage, and Murzakanov will just capitalize as boom, 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 landing damage to finish him off. And now for the main event, I'm taking Yuri Procházka over Carlos Ulberg. Yuri is just different, man. There's no other way to describe it. He is a samurai from Czech Republic. He lives in the caves. Carlos Ulberg is clean, technical, has power, but Yuri just thrives in chaos. You can't beat this guy. Against Roundtree, Fight of the Year candidate, Yuri was like, okay, I'll put my hands up. I'll fight like him. And then he's like, what am I doing? I'm going to fight like Yuri. And he goes out there jumping around, spamming buttons, and he knocked him out cold. I think Yuri's going to have a similar performance where you just can't prepare for him. He's a freak. He's not just physically, but mentally as well. You can't get in that guy's head. And if Pereira didn't exist, with that insane stare down where he might have been the closest man to do it, we'd be talking about Yuri in a completely different tier. I think Yuri is like, he could easily be a light heavyweight GOAT if Pereira didn't exist, but that's a whole nother story. And I think Yuri is going to show the levels and knock out Ulberg in 2 or 3 rounds. And now for the award show, my lock of the night is going to be Curtis Blades against Josh Hockett. This is not WrestleMania. I think Hockett might be very good and he could prove me wrong, but out of this entire card, a lot of very narrow odds, and I think this is the biggest disparity in talent. Curtis Blades is very, very good, and I think he'll prove it here. And for the Punch Bowl, I'm going with Nate the Train Landwehr versus Cub Swanson. This is Cub's retirement fight, but it's going to be like John Cena. I think he's going out tapping. More like getting knocked out cold by Nate Landwehr. Nate loves the battle. Cub does too, to his credit, but I think Nate is just younger. He's a different beast, and this will be an absolute brawl where Nate comes out most likely on top. And for the storyline of the night, UFC 327 WrestleMania is going to be Yuri Procházka as The Undertaker. He's coming back. Pereira obviously knocked him out twice. He wanted that belt. This is Yuri's chance, and this is where he's going to set up a long reign by beating Ulberg in a great fight.